Welcome back to the Stash Podcast presented by Buzz's Boards in Vail, Colorado. Today we are on the 9th episode, so that's been epic. We're almost at 10. Thank you all that have subscribed and have joined our journey so far. We have a special guest today. It's the second time this guest has been on the show, so we're super stoked to bring Sarah Schleper back onto the podcast. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. I've been watching your pods and I'm into it. I find out all the good news about what's happening in Vail and on Vail Mountain, and I think it's been really fun to follow you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun journey so far. It's kind of unloading all the local Vail stuff that's been happening, all the new runs, opening them up. It's been good.
Well, we learned your husband doesn't care much for pickleball.
He does not like pickleball. And I have pickleball rackets, and I always want him to play with me, and he denies me the opportunity.
Oh, man,
we
that's
have
a bummer.
to join the league, guys. Let's play.
I do know our subscribers want to see us play our game of pickleball at some point, so maybe.
Okay, we'll just play the game we said we were going to play. We'll leave it at that.
Anyway, let's get back to where we started. Sarah the Olympian.
Yeah, well, first off, on the Buzz's Boards channel, we've been talking about it the whole time since we've been starting the podcast. We finally hit the 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
$1,000 giveaway on the Buzz's Boards review channel. So we're stoked on that. We did the whole giveaway, so definitely make sure to check that out. Make sure you are not the one that won. But yeah, we want to keep that a surprise over on that channel with who is the actual winner. So definitely go check out the Buzz's Boards YouTube channel to see if you won $1,000.
I hope it was me.
Well, unfortunately,
You don't qualify.
Oh.
No friends, family, or
Yep.
dogs.
It's in the fine print.
Oh. Well, Alejandra's not going to be happy about that news.
Yeah, she could win actually.
She can?
Yep.
She's family.
She's family.
No,
She's
she's
out.
outside. She doesn't work in here. That's fine.
She's out.
She's out.
No, if she were to pop up, she would win. Definitely.
Out.
Anyways,
Well, Federico just came in to the shop, and apparently our car's steering is faulty, so we might be hitching a ride with Buzz home tonight.
well, yeah,
and-
isn't this one of those new cars you missed the podcast a couple weeks ago over getting? Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's terrible news because it's actually my car, and I'm a little bit stressed about it right now.
Not that terrible.
Nah, yeah.
I'm going to come
That's-
later and pick it up.
That's
Just
what
need a tool that's at the house.
it's the price you pay for buying used cars off the Facebook Marketplace.
You win some, you lose some. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Mostly winning.
Yeah, definitely
Always
always winning. But on the other side of things, you just got back from Mexico. So tell us what you were doing down there.
Yeah, so I got invited down to Mexico City this last week to get my uniform for the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina 2026. It was also a really big ceremony and a really big deal because this is the first time in Mexico they have this ceremony for their Olympians, and it's mostly for summer Olympians. This is the first time actually a winter team has ever been presented by the president with the flag.
Oh, that's awesome. That's super
So
cool.
We made history in that, which was really exciting. And I was in the palace, El Palacio, that's what it's called.
And that's kind of like their White House.
It's like their White House.
That's where Gas grew up.
Pretty much, pretty close. Actually, Gas's grandfather and great-grandfather both had offices in downtown Mexico City, so I got to see some of that.
Cool.
And I'd
Nice.
never been in that actual downtown part. I don't know why we'd never gone down there, but it was really cool. It was very old-time town. It was super cool and beautiful and lots of great buildings, lots of people. We had to spend the night in a hotel the night before because apparently school started that same morning, and traffic in Mexico City, I mean, I'm sure you heard about it. It just can be brutal. And it would have been to go 10 kilometers would have taken 2 hours. So
Yeah, kind of better to beat
better-
that.
Yeah. So we
Brutal.
were in a really cool hotel downtown. It was a bit gothic, and artistic. A lot of the things down in Mexico City are very cultural and art based, which I enjoy a lot. And my mother-in-law, I've always gone down there. I've been going down there since we started working on getting my passport in 2009, 10. And she takes me every Wednesday. We have to do something cultural. She wanted to do more, but I was like, oh, let's slow it down a little bit. Every Wednesday would be good. And so we've gone to the pyramids. We've gone to the museum. The Anthropology Museum in Mexico is amazing. And obviously Mexico's culture is really deep. They have the Aztecs, the Mayans. They were building pyramids around the same time as they were in Egypt, which has kind of always been interesting to me.
I thought the aliens built the pyramids.
Well, that's what I keep saying, because they think the Aztecs or the Mayans built them, but who actually knows?
Oh yeah, when we get into that rabbit hole, with all the pyramids
Yeah.
and all the conspiracy theories, we're gonna have to get in an expert for when we go down that hole for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm definitely not an expert, but it has been cool to see and be assimilated into the Mexican culture because it's very different from ours. Ours is a little bit more surface, and theirs goes really deep for sure. And also the food, obviously. We went to a Michelin restaurant. It was amazing. We sat down, and we didn't get an order. We had pulque, which is a famous or a historic Mexican drink. It's basically the pulp of the agave fermented, and it's probably the most Mexican thing you can drink. And there's certain pulques that are more alcohol, like they will really mess you
Yeah, I
up.
was
This one
gonna
was
say
a
that
little
was-
bit more mild.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't supposed to be drinking. Gas and I are on dry January, and we wanted to prepare for the Olympics in that way. But I had to take the dive and try it because, when in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little Mexican restaurant story. I went down there with a client, turned out to be my friend after several years, and he invited us down to Mexico City. We went to a very nice restaurant, and for apps, we had goat's blood soup.
Ooh.
And I had never tried that before. And for the main entree, we had ant-egg tacos.
Oh, I had those. Those are my favorite. Escamoles.
Yeah.
Did you like them?
I had a couple.
They're called escamoles, and they're my favorite Mexican food. I decided.
What is
But
it?
I also had
Ant-egg tacos. Well,
I also
I
had
had them in tacos.
pozole, which is a soup with these big, really big kernels of corn. Well, also one of my favorites. And back to the restaurant. So you didn't order off the menu. They brought, and depending on what time of day, so they keep coming out with new plates every hour.
Really?
Yeah. So whatever you sit down is what the plate you get.
Oh, okay.
And then you can keep eating till you're done, basically. So
Sounds
there's like
awesome.
little tacos, there's sopes, there's huaraches, there's
Woody, come here. Woody, out.
Oh, it's a dog show tonight.
Sit down. Sorry about that, folks.
So the food is excellent in Mexico, and it's one of the reasons. The city is actually probably, if you haven't been to Mexico City, it's not really what you would ever imagine. It's very lush and beautiful, and there's trees everywhere.
Oh, nice.
And,
I
yeah.
never been. So
The only visual I have of it is from the James Bond movie. It was like maybe 10 years old now. But like the opening scene is him. It's like Day of the Dead parade. And
Okay.
he's like basically
I
goes
remember
the
that.
length of the city.
This-
But yeah, like you're saying,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's like old and gothic. It looks not
Yeah.
what
And
you'd
there's
expect.
a lot of parks, too.
Parks, yeah. There's the huge park, the Bosque, the Chapultepec. That's like, it's
Yeah, that's a castle. It's a big park with a castle up on top. It used to be from the There's parks. Great grandpa designed the park down
yeah.
there as well.
There's different regions of Mexico City. So there's like where the young people live. And one of the places is called La Roma.
It's compartmentalized. And
What's great-grandfather's name?
De la Lama,
His first name, too.
Jerónimo.
Nice. Nailed it. Federico's grandfather also, he's an architect, and he designed this skyscraper with a tree growing out of it in more of the business area of town. And so that's kind of an iconic building when you go to Mexico City, because you see this big tree growing out of this glass building.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up in Mexico City?
I didn't. I grew up in Puerto Vallarta on the beach.
But you went to school in Mexico City a little bit,
College.
I did.
Didn't you?
Yeah. I then came. Well, I started my life in Mexico City. I can't remember the beginning. Then we moved to Vallarta when I was like 8, and I was there till I was 15.
Nice.
That's
So,
where I would go down. There was a hotel next to my house, and I would go down there to the mag store.
Magazine.
The magazine store, and I would surfer, and I would just drool on that mag and taught myself how to surf.
and so, yeah,
What about
basically
talk
full
about the
circle, too.
Driving. You love driving in Mexico City. You guys gas crashed 3 or 4 cars in Mexico City because they would go at night in their souped up cars. I'm inventing. And
Nice one, hon. They were all really very different, random events.
but you
But-
guys would rip the city.
In his 1966 Pontiac GTO.
We're looking for that buzz for sure.
It was actually a Mini Cooper,
No.
a Golf.
Yeah. A Mark II Golfs GTIs.
Nice.
But your grandfather also built one of the first homes in Beaver Creek, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Next to Ford's house up on the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that one
he
has
was
a
here.
tree inside of it, too, didn't
That
it?
one
Had a tree inside of it.
until it was like wrongly sold, and then they cut the tree.
That's unfortunate. That was super cool when you guys got married.
Yeah.
The tree was in there and,
Yeah.
the little wedding party.
That's one of his grandfather's keys to his architecture was he integrated nature into his designs.
So that's kind of just the authentic way to do it if you're culturally from Mexico City,
Well,
it
I
seems
think
even if you bring it to the U.S., he's still doing his Mexican style of having the trees in there and doing the fun
bringing
things.
the culture and the art,
Exactly.
which
That's
I
why
think
you're so
gets
artistic.
lost a lot in the in the architecture that we have here.
Yeah.
And his grandfather still has a structure in Lionshead, the main structure there where the ski school is, and Garfinkel's. That is also one of his grandfather's designs.
Nice.
Well, that might be incorrect. But yeah, he had a lot to do with that building
Okay.
from its inception. I'm not sure if it's his design. I think it's covered in his
Sweat.
Ideas.
No, the actual
Siding.
yeah.
The siding was his,
Yeah.
the wood siding.
We all thought that it was his design forever,
Okay.
but we recently found out that
Discovered.
it's not his, but he finished it. Let's say
Nice.
it's still a great design.
Yeah.
So we've always been proud of it.
So back to your trip to Mexico City. How was it meeting all the new teammates and all that?
Well, it was a whirlwind. I got there, feet on the ground running. I started out with an interview. I was going to studios, doing photo shoots, my first interview was, we took Ubers everywhere. And I get to these places and they have studios kind of set up like this with lighting, and I sit down and I have to speak in Spanish for a good 20 minutes. And
How did that go?
it was tough. It was really tough because it's hard to express yourself when you don't have all the vocabulary
sure.
that you need to
Yeah.
kind of explain where you're coming from, who you are.
Right. And I'd imagine you also want to feel like you're being respectful of the people hosting you by, speaking clearly and properly and all that stuff you were talking earlier about, the formal nature of all of that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's very in the tongue on Spanish. And I try to pronounce words and I'm a little nervous
Mm-hmm.
and the stuff starts coming out. My grammar's terrible because Spanish is obviously a little bit more difficult in certain areas because of the conjugations and the way the words change.
Mm-hmm.
And the feminine and masculine words, I mix those up a lot.
Yeah.
So it's embarrassing to listen to myself, honestly, and I feel bad for the people interviewing me because they have to be so patient with.
I disagree. It's not embarrassing.
For me, it was-
Anytime you try, people appreciate
Well,
it.
they do, and Federico's
You do
mom
great.
came with me to all the interviews, and she was really encouraging, and she's helped me with my Spanish the whole time. She calls me once a week, and she makes me speak with her in Spanish, and she asks me questions, and we practiced. But still, I still sound like an American that learned Spanish. But it's
you
fine.
are.
I'm really proud that I can speak Spanish at all. Because
Absolutely.
imagine, trying to go to these interviews and having to do them in English. I feel proud to be able to speak them in Spanish.
And they made you do the national anthem down there, right? Or
Well, and then
what
I
was that about?
So after we did that first interview, we had 2 days of uniforming. So we got our uniforms for the Olympics.
Oh, those are super cool.
And then this was at a place called the COM, Comité Olímpico Mexicano. And it's big. They had the Olympics in Mexico City in 1968. So they had a lot of infrastructure for the Olympics, which has gotten totally, it's breaking down. I don't
It's
know.
falling apart.
Probably Drew knows the word. Yeah, it's falling apart. But it's still cool to go there because they have a swimming pool, they have a gym, they have a track, they have a what's the bicycle with the
Velodrome.
velodrome.
Mhm.
They have all sorts of infrastructure. So we went there and they brought their Olympic committee sponsors, and each of their sponsors got to do a photo shoot and interviews with us.
Ah,
So that was 2 days more of speaking Spanish
yeah.
and wearing our uniforms and in the lights and posing and doing moves, and which was fun. It was an experience that I probably never thought I would get to. And then finally, after the weekend, on the weekend I got to go out for tacos with Federico's dad, which is always an experience. And we have this
Nice.
drink
Papa
called
Gas.
Papa Gas. And we had a drink called Piedra, another alcoholic thing. Sorry, honey. But I couldn't let my father-in-law down because he likes to have tequilas with me.
Your father raised you with respect. Good
Yeah.
work.
And so these are piedra in Spanish is rock in English. So
What is it?
they call the they call my father-in-law the Rolling Stones because they always drink this drink called the piedra. So I had to be initiated into the Rolling Stones. And then we had the most incredible tacos, and he ordered for me, and I had to make tacos for breakfast this morning because I was craving them so much. Egg tacos. With some delicious salsa. Obviously, the salsas are what really makes a taco in Mexico.
You didn't bring us any.
Well, come over and I'll cook you some delicious tacos, Pa.
Okay.
And so that was that. And then the weekend I had a few more interviews over the weekend. It was a really full packed week. Alejandra supported me and was coming with me everywhere, so I was really thankful for that. She got really tired by the end. She was complaining a little because we had to go from the center to the other side of the city, and it's like the same thing. The traffic to get there makes it really long drives, which I enjoy because we're in an Uber, so we can catch up on our phones and all that stuff. Anyway, so finally we get to go to the Palacio in the morning. And so the Mexican president does a presentation every morning on YouTube, and she presents to the people every single day, Monday through Friday. So we got to be at one of those presentations that she does. And we practiced 3 or 4 times before she came into the room at 8 a.m. And I had to learn how to march because it's a really formal ceremony. And we had to protesto our responsibilities and being faithful to the flag and doing the right things and being great role models. And I got to hug and shake hands with the president of Mexico. And I had to sing the hymno, the Mexican anthem. And during a little bit in the middle, I mostly know the song. I was watching other people because they were like, my teammates were telling me I need to keep moving my lips no matter what. Mm-hmm. So, but I pretty much know it. So I did well, I think. And then obviously a small Olympic team is really fun because you get to know the people. You get a lot of coverage. we have a figure skater, and he's a star in Mexico. They've never had a figure skater. He's the first Mexican skater to ever land a quad jump, and he's basically the star of our team. He had a really good performance in the last Olympics. He was top 20 or 22nd, I think. And so he's probably our best shot for any kind of medal, although I think we're still a ways away. And then we had 2 skiers qualify for Nordic skiing.
Nice.
And
So the team's growing for sure.
and people are getting inspired, and that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And one of the girls is a doctor, and her story is really exciting as well. So
I mean,
it was-
around here, seeing all the clients that come in and hear the story and all that, they're stoked every time they hear it because they actually have someone to root for in the Winter Olympics because naturally there's not too much skiing going on down in Mexico. So at least it gives everyone that comes up and does all their holidays and enjoys skiing so much, they have someone to root for. And
that's super cool.
yes, awesome.
And they're here. They love skiing, and then they get to connect their love for skiing in Vail with like their own guy.
Hometown hero.
Yeah. Someone to root for. It's
Yeah.
never a bad thing.
It isn't.
So we have a great
Finest.
picture hanging in the ski shop of Sarah at the Beijing Olympics.
And it's a little pressure, you know. I don't want to go there and disappoint the people. I want to ski well. I've been working out. I'm going to pick up my training hours now and kind of cram in a little bit here before we get to the, I mean, I'm going to rely on all the training I've done in my entire life. I think I'm still got pretty good feeling on the skis, but I do want to do a good performance. I want to ski well. And so that's, you know, it gives you pressure. You
For
don't,
sure.
you just don't want to go there and
Lay an egg.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for how long you've been doing it, you've really had to make sure your body's been capable and strong and not falling apart. So I'm sure your workout routine has completely changed from when you were 18 years old to now in your 40s. So what is your workout routine kind of looking like these days, especially say if you're traveling? Is it like a gym? Are you out in nature, say in that environment in Mexico City, or what are you doing?
In Mexico City, I brought my jump rope, I brought my sport cord, and I brought some bands, and I was able to do some work. That was my maintenance while I was gone. I did a couple of great workouts. When I'm home, I do a lot of Tai Chi and yoga, but you also have to maintain your physical strength. It's really important skiing. There's so much forces on the body, and you want to be fast too. You need strength. You need to be able to resist. And so I've been pretty consistent with my workouts. I think at least trying to get 2 or 3 strength trainings in a week. And then Cosmo keeps me in great shape too. We're out walking all the time and hiking and biking, and
You're on snow.
I ski
every day.
I ski a lot too. Even though I'm not training myself per se because I'm coaching, I'm working on snow, and that I think that keeps that fine touch. Skiing's such a fine motor
Well,
skill.
when you were young,
Definitely.
you used to run up Pepe's face 10 times. Run up,
Walk around.
walk around to recoup, and run up 10 times. Are you doing that now?
Tomorrow.
In my dreams, I practice.
Yeah, that's a little tough on the body as you get older, I think, doing that hard exertion
Well,
stuff.
that was summertime too. There's snow on the hill now. It would be difficult to do it.
And I did do it not too long ago, honestly. When I was still competing for Mexico, I did it at some point.
So yeah.
I did do that once with Lindsey Vaughn, and I think we got through 4, and she's like, I can't. No.
It is brutal.
It's brutal.
Every time I used to get in trouble in Ski Club Vail, that's what they would force me to go do is a couple sprints up that.
So that was like every week
Yeah, I did it more often than I would like to say I did.
because you were always in trouble.
Yeah, I was bending the rules, let's say.
Who taught you that?
I don't know. Couple people in this room probably. So, but yeah, that sounds like a super fun time in Mexico. You know,
It was for sure one of the coolest experience of my lifetime. Something I never really thought I would be doing.
That's cool. I didn't realize that was the first like ceremony for winter athletes. That's awesome.
It was
That's
super awesome.
yeah. What is it
History.
like? Yeah, you're setting history in more ways than one. You've done this can be your 7th Olympics.
One thing it's given me is just more confidence in myself. I think I always doubt, or I have this tendency to doubt myself and who I am. And now especially in my work, because I work with men, and it's hard being a female coach in a male world, and just being able to believe in what you think is right and that you're doing the right things to train athletes and that people give you credit for that. And so I think it's given me a little bit more confidence in who I am as a coach, as a skier. Not that I hadn't had it before, because I do have a lot of results. I was counting my results last night just for fun. But to continue on and keep going with it, it makes me feel I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. Well,
But
your worth isn't defined by your results,
no, it isn't.
especially in this shop,
Yeah. And that's important too,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of times athletes and skiers that I work with, you think your results and the skiing defines you.
Totally. You can't get out of that competitive mindset, which,
Exactly.
Obviously is super important, but knowing when to turn it off is beneficial too, I imagine.
Ultimately, too, every country in the world wants to see their flag in the opening ceremonies. They want to see it up on the screens of all the TVs. So, in a way, yeah, obviously you want to do the best you can. You want to get on the podium. You want to win. But it's also, at the end of the day, representing whatever country you're representing.
Yep.
For you, you were lucky enough to represent the U.S. and now for Mexico. And so you have an army of people that are rooting for you. So that's super cool.
Are you carrying the flag for Mexico?
I am. I'm carrying. There's going to be 3 different ceremonies. There's the main ceremony in Milano, and Donovan will be carrying the flag in that ceremony. And then there's 2 smaller ceremonies, because the Olympics are going to be so spread out this year that the athletes that are competing, say in Cortina or Bormio, it was too much logistically to go from the main ceremony back to their training venues. So I'll be marching with the flag in Cortina.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I think we're soon. And I think we're finally getting to a point too where we might get the news too that your guys' son Lasse might be getting the green light, probably nearing that moment. Maybe the next podcast we'll know. Maybe we'll get him on here. I don't know.
Well, I asked you this
Either way,
earlier.
we'll know next podcast.
I asked earlier today, and Sarah said Sunday.
Yes, I just talked to the head of our federation, and he said he would call me on Sunday whether Alessandro or Lasse is going to be chosen for the games. So we're looking forward to that news a lot. A lot of the people in Mexico were asking me how that felt, and I've really been holding off on reacting, or even I'm almost numb to it, because I don't want to react prematurely.
Yeah, for
I don't want to
sure.
jinx it.
Sorry for the dogs interrupting you. We got dogs that are in love. But
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, that would be a dream come true for any family in the world. So,
Well, and back
be
to
awesome for you guys.
being defined by results, I think having a strong family and having people around you that don't care about your results. They care about who you are, like Ashley and Johnny, Hunter, Abby, Pa. It's more about you guys. The skiing isn't really what it is for you, for me, about me.
Yeah, no.
And I think that's important.
Your journey is the most important part now.
Yeah. I do think we are going to get a lot of press and coverage off this, just because of the records and the
deservedly so.
And your guys' uniforms. You guys always have the coolest outfits, uniforms, guaranteed every time. So.
Well, we have a little change of the uniforms. We had a change of branding because
Hold on.
Woody, come here. Come.
Well, hold on 1 second. 1 second. While we have the dogs, we should introduce them. This is Woody. You all know Toy Story, Buzz and Woody. This is Cosmo. Sarah and Federico picked them up while they spent the winter in Italy. And they're
brothers.
They're brothers.
Best
Brother
bros.
cousins.
But they have their issues.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop it.
But
So
Sit down,
anyway,
Woody.
now
Yeah.
that we know.
now, we're kind of getting restless here. So, anything else from the trip that stands out? And let me get that dog's tapping that. I need to-
Oh, we got a hunting dog and we got a herding dog. So they have a little bit different personalities, but they do love each other. They play all summer.
Just like brothers and sisters have different personalities. Dogs do too.
Now, what else was I going to say about Mexico City?
You were talking about your jackets. There's two.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 sets.
So we will have the super cool gear still, but it's only permitted on the mountain in our competitive environments. But when we're in the Olympic Village and when we're doing things that aren't involved skiing related, we need to wear the stuff that's coming from Mexico, which
Like
isn't
more
quite.
traditional kind of.
It's a
look.
little
Is this
more.
the ones we
It's
saw last week?
Olympic.
Okay.
It's
They're,
fine.
they're
Is
still
it-
cool.
Are those the parade uniforms
Yeah,
too?
those are the parade uniforms. And actually, they're based off really cool cultural thing from Mexico. They're based off the people that lived. Mexico City is really high, and there's a lot of places
Altitude.
in Mexico that are high that people had to cover themselves, and they're based off those serapes. And the theme is called Skin in the Wind. So it's a cool idea and a cool concept. They're just, Hubertus is just a magician with uniforming, and he's a true artist.
Give us a little hint of the on race day
Oh,
stuff.
well, we have the Jaguar that we've been having for the last couple big events. So we're continuing with that. Plus, we're incorporating the 1968 Olympic style. So we're meshing the two, and I think you guys are really going to like them. Hopefully we can get you some photos on the pod.
Nice, yeah. We
Yeah.
got the sweatshirts in here, so if anyone wants to support Sarah and the Mexico ski team, please definitely check it out. I'll put a little picture and a link in the description so you guys can buy a Mexico ski team hoodie. You know, there's
Yeah,
only a limited amount of them, so check them out, buzzesboardsusa.com.
Yeah, and I think we had talked about we're going to try and figure out how to get Federico on FaceTime or whatever else, like you on the phone or whatever. Maybe
Yeah, while you
check
guys
in
are
when
over
you're
there.
That'd be super cool.
That's a great idea.
Do a little overseas podcast. I think that's what everyone would love to see.
What I was thinking, I don't know if you viewers out there on the pod, if any of you guys live in Vail or if you guys think this would be a good idea, but we could do a send-off party, especially if Lasse qualifies. Maybe
Yeah, we
we could do
definitely
like a
should.
shakedown
Yeah,
with
that's
Johnny
That'd be awesome.
and maybe
Somebody asked me about that today, actually.
we could get some.
Speaking it into existence.
Lasse
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to go in to the shakedown.
We can make it work. Special guest.
We'll get him a fake ID.
Why don't we do the Red Lion?
Oh, that's true. Red Line would be cool.
Either
Yeah.
way, a
Yeah.
celebration.
Yeah.
For sure. Even if
sure.
it's a backyard
Shakedown.
Yeah.
celebration right
For
here.
sure.
And, you know,
We can have some mariachi music, and Johnny can learn some mariachi.
yeah.
Hey, you can sing, honey.
I can sing, honey.
I'll pay.
I'll bring all my
admission for
good
that.
friends.
Just make sure you wear a sombrero
Mhm.
Or a poncho.
Ay, ay, ay.
and a poncho.
I'll bring my friend
Serape.
Antonio Iturbe to sing for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anybody watching the pod that wants to join us in the celebrations, we're going to definitely do something before I leave on the 30th of January.
So, yeah. And
Which is what,
you-
2 weeks? 2 and
2
a
weeks
little.
away.
Yeah.
do you know what days you're racing yet? What
Yeah,
the
I
dates
race. I race February 12th is the Super G down the Tofana. That'll be against Lindsey Vaughn.
are? Ooh.
Tough competition.
Battle.
You got her.
And then Michaela Schifrin will be my competition on the 15th in giant slalom.
Nice. So
So stay tuned.
keep doing those workouts.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So there's a very famous religious figure in Mexico called the Virgen of Guadalupe. And there's a story of Diego, and he was trying to get a church built. The Virgin kept coming to him in his dreams or somehow, and no one would listen to him. So somehow he got roses for the Virgin or from the Virgin. I'm not sure the exact details. And he brought the roses to the guy that he was getting to build the church. And then he drops the roses, and this image appears on his serape or his jacket, whatever he was wearing. And the image has lasted thousands of years. It is printed on a material. I looked it up online, and it's really kind of a miracle. So we went to see the Virgin of Guadalupe. And it's funny, they had one of those moving walkways, so you can walk and you look up at her. And the priest, it was weird because you walk in the church and the Virgin's way in the back. So I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, I can't even see it. But then you walk kind of down under and you ride the moving walkway and you can look up at it. And I actually felt some magical power.
Nice.
And so I bought
awesome.
also some small images of the Virgin, and I'm going to put her onto my uniform somehow. And we asked her for some miracles.
Glue her onto the tips of your skis.
Yeah, I should. And then one of the guys interviewing me asked me, so if you win the medal after asking the Virgin, what are you going to do for the Virgin? So it's famous for people to walk to the church on their knees. So we said, if I win the medal, I'll be walking to the church on my knees from Yaya's house, which is quite a ways. I think
Enough.
Yeah,
You're a skier, though, and you've got skier knees.
Yeah, so that could be a interesting story if the miracles happen all the time in the Olympics.
That's for sure. Attack from the back. Maybe the snow gets a little weird.
Yeah.
You know,
The
front,
Sun comes out.
the
Yeah.
first seat will be slow and the back will be fast.
Yeah,
You know?
and then I just got to ski like I know how.
Yeah. Been there, done it.
Cosmo believes in the miracle.
Yeah. Divine power. It's no joke.
You
Well,
know,
we're super stoked that you're going to another Olympics.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's an honor. I love telling all of our customers that my sister, your daughter, your wife, well, my brother-in-law's, I don't know how I even word it to people, but everyone's always stoked. Someone's representing Mexico up here with all everyone that visits us. So thank you for holding it down for all them. They all appreciate it.
Years ago, Sarah's, after maybe her fourth Olympics, I said, time to retire and move on with your life. She goes, Pa, you don't get it. I love to ski. I'm not going to retire. Now, she said this is going to be her last Olympics. Until last week, she goes, well, there's a guy that's got 7 Olympics. 8? And you want to tie the record. Who is that guy?
He's a Japanese, I forget his name, but he's a jumper, a Nordic jumper.
Nice.
So
I need to know his name. It's like
People-
Taki Igaki.
People probably think the same about you working 7 days a week. You know, like, when are you going to retire? When are you going to retire?
well, kids, I love what I do.
So, and you wonder why Sarah hasn't retired yet,
Yeah,
because
I
she
guess.
loves what she does.
I don't wonder that much.
Yeah, well,
Good example.
I mean, I think if we all love what we do, even if we don't love it, if you can turn it somehow into love, like if you're having to lift heavy bags or whatever you have to do, if you can make it like a workout, I always try to make stuff that it's positive and fun, and that makes life just better.
yep. Always got to be positive. Look at the bright side of life, and it always can be a fun time. Just pull your head out of the sand sometimes. That's all it takes.
It is, but it's tough. We all have our struggles.
You make us super proud, Sarah.
Oh, thanks. honey.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate everyone that has been tuned in, subscribed, part of the $1,000 giveaway over on our other channel. So thank you all for subscribing. We appreciate it. We're going to keep getting guests on here. We're probably going to have Sarah and Federico FaceTime, Zoom us, whatever it is, onto the pod over from the other side of the seas. So
I'm sure the rules are gonna be crazy, like what you can and can't do inside the Olympics.
the Olympic Village.
Hey,
I'm not going.
we're known to bend the
So-
rules.
Yeah, that's why you're our guy on the inside, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna
Not
try to
yet.
vlog, aren't we?
And you
We're gonna
also,
take videos. Keep
and-
rolling.
so
keep
yeah,
rolling.
definitely check out Sarah's personal YouTube channel, because she's going to be posting
I have a
vlog.
question. Do you guys do you have a GoFundMe page?
No.
Well, I know you could use some help because you don't have a national team supporting you. So if anybody out there wants to help Sarah, there are ways to do it.
Maybe a link down below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll try to find a little link for you.
And there's something else I want to mention. They had a memorial for John Donovan yesterday.
Oh boy, elk. Cut those elk.
Did you go? Oh.
Well, rest in peace.
He was a.
You just
definitely a
had to bring
founder
that
for
up to
us.
end the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up with his kids and
rest in
good,
peace.
great family.
Yeah, very good family. But
That's
on
right.
that note, we're going to wrap this podcast up. I appreciate everyone watching, everyone that has subscribed, everyone that has tuned in to the Buzzes Boards YouTube channel. Also, visit buzzesboardsusa.com. Make sure you pick up one of those Mexico ski team sweatshirts. They're sick.
Viva Mexico!
Yeah, let's do it. Cheer for Sarah.
Viva!
Yeah, keep elbowing them. Keep elbowing your husband. That's what wives are good for. And rest in peace to all those that we have lost and that we miss on a daily basis. So tune in for the next episode, episode 10. See you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.